Welcome to my Reflections podcast. I'm Abdurrahman, and in this podcast, I'll be sharing a journal entry which I wrote a few months back, titled The Ride. So, beginning now. FOMO, fear of missing out. I've experienced endless amounts of it in my life, and it's resulted in me making unwise decisions. However, it's only unwise in retrospect. It's only when I sit down, jot down my thoughts, and reflect on the decisions I've made in the past that it becomes blatantly obvious to me that I was being plain dumb. But in the moment, I wouldn't think so. It's like a lack of life experience, naivety, and some arrogance locked arms and formed a union to cloud my mind in those moments. That's baffling. I've made wrong decisions because somewhere in my mind, I let my emotions take the steering wheel and go for a roller coaster ride through a tunnel with the speed on full throttle. Where will the ride take me? I couldn't tell you. How long will it last? I couldn't tell you. Will the journey be safe? Never crossed my mind. That's one of many fears that I hold because it only takes one of those rides to make a life-altering decision that I will forever regret. That's what frightens me. And what makes it even worse is that during those moments that you're on the ride, there's nothing more exhilarating. Dopamine is being fed to you like candy. And in those moments where you allow your anger, your sadness, your fear or love take full control of you, it's like you're no longer you. That person who was once sharp and methodical is nowhere to be found. All of your critical thinking, analysis, and objectivity all goes on pause. Isn't that frightening? Those thoughts I've just shared with you have been on my mind for a while now. But it wasn't long ago that I too thought I was invincible. I thought that just because I knew I needed to be careful with my emotions and how I use them and where I place them, that would be enough. I didn't respect my emotions and respect the power they hold. I spent my whole lifetime trying to master suppressing them. I kept them locked very, very deep and out of sight. So once they came out and stood in front of me glaring, I didn't even recognize them. So I gave them no thought. That was a mistake. A mistake that I hope I learned from. I was so out of touch with my emotions that I didn't even recognize that a theme park had entered town, and I stood blindfolded in front of it with my hand tightly clasped around emotion. It led the way and seated me firmly on the roller coaster ride. It felt like a dream, and until I took my blindfold off, I didn't realize that the ride was going down a hill straight to the ground. It was only then that my mind was finally able to put an emergency stop on the ride. But with my heart nearly pounding out of my chest and my face dangling over my seat, almost kissing the ground, I knew I escaped by a hair.